Neil said you're doing the announcements. So Ty, T-Y, T-I? T-I. T-I. T-I, in honor of her friend Carmen.
Did you start the We mustn't allow our hair to interrupt our meditations. It's very important. That's why I shaved it off, see? More aerodynamic. Morning, everybody. Let us meditate. We're going to close our eyes. You take a nice deep breath in. And then let go. We spend most of our time throughout the day trying to keep hold of the important things of the day. Did I turn off the stove? Am I going to make my meeting at 12:30? I need to be at work. Am I wearing the right clothes? What is it that we need to be doing to go throughout our day? Well, when you meditate, none of that matters. That's all just noise. Because meditation is about finding your center. It is about releasing all the stuff that jumbles up your mind and your day. So we close our eyes and we take a deep breath in and we think about all those things that we need to do, or that maybe we didn't do yet, or maybe we forgot it. What we do is we take that deep breath in, we gather all that up, and then we let it go. We trust that God will remind us when we need to be reminded. We're not forcing our brain to do something. We're just letting go of the importance that we place on all that stuff. You don't need to hold on to it. Your brain will keep thinking it. God designed it that way, so you just let go of it. Every time you have a thought when you're trying to meditate, you just recognize it for what it is, and you let it go. So focus on your breathing for a couple of minutes. And anything that intrudes upon it, anything that's so important, remove the importance from it and just let it go. And you do this with your body too. Any muscles that are tight, your hand clenched, maybe your back stiff, just relax on each out breath, because you're going to let go. when you're having trouble meditating, when the thoughts are too loud, what you can do is you can breathe in, and as you breathe in, think knowing. And when you breathe out, think trusting. And in between the breaths, think God. Know, trust, God. If any thoughts intrude, if any sounds, feelings, just let them go. Know and trust God. Know and trust in God. You find peace through faith, knowing and trusting. You find harmony through peace, release. You know God through harmony, connection. Know, trust in God. The noise of life is merely the window dressing for the truth. The truth is this peace. The truth is this harmony. knowing and trusting in God. Once you are centered in this space, this heart space, you can observe life all around you. And understanding comes, clarity comes. But the first step is always faith, knowing and trusting in God. Take one more big, deep, cleansing breath in. And release yourself into this moment. Faith intact. Maybe open your eyes and come back to this room and bring that faith with you, knowing and trusting God has got this, and so it is. Our service will begin at 10 a.m.
Grateful for your tenderness.
Pleasure.
Life can feel unkind. Grateful for the way you see when I'm stuck inside my mind. Grateful for your courage to hold your steady ground. I'm grateful for compassion when mine cannot be found. Compassion when broken hearts bleed. Sweet compassion when my soul's in need. Emptiness abounds. I'm grateful when you take my hand and you turn my head around. Grateful for the healing and warmth of your embrace. I'm grateful for compassion to touch a deeper place. Oh, compassion when broken hearts bleed. Compassion, sweet compassion. Sweet compassion when my soul's in need. Compassion, sweet compassion. I find compassion for friends and enemies. I find compassion for friends and enemies. Compassion, sweet compassion. My own compassion is where my spirit breathes. Compassion, sweet compassion.
Hush, little darling, don't you cry. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Don't worry, don't be afraid. Every little thing's gonna be okay. Open up your heart, unlock the cage. Turn the key and break the chains. Love will always find a way. If you want love, you gotta give love away. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Your love is the best medicine. I shine like Edison whenever I let it in. Love is the power that opens every flower. Transform this coward into a champion. When we are lost, love is there to remind us, providing signs and offering us guidance. Love is infinite and limited and timeless. Look inside your heart, that's where you will find it. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Love is the answer, love is the key. Love is the glue between you and me. Open up your heart and you will see. Love is the thing that'll set you free. 'Cause love is the remedy, love is the cure. Love's the only thing that'll stop the war. It's what the whole world is looking for. So what in the world are you waiting for? Give love away. Give love away. Give love away now. Give love away. Give love to your brother, love to your father, love to your mother, your sons and your daughters, love to your sisters and all your friends. Shine your love in all directions. Giving and receiving is just like breathing when you live to give love. It gives life meaning, this feeling of kindness, and love's inside us. Nobody can sell this or try to buy this, 'cause love is righteous, and it might just save the whole world from this global crisis. So throw your hands up if you know what the time is. Open up your heart and let it shine the brightest. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get by. Open up your wings and let your heart fly. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get by. Love is all we need to get high. Open up your wings and let your heart fly. La 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 la. 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 Always remember, never forget, what we give is what we get. Give love. Give love. Give love. Give love.
Between the love that we lead and the one that we pray for, now give us balance on the path, said there's no need to ask for more. Between the love that we seek and the love that's already there, now let it soften my soul and focus my stare. I said this life got me by the heart, said it's in a vice. Not too proud to go and seek advice when I know that I really ain't knowing nothing at all. I said perhaps I do. Made a transition and I finally got a clue, but I ain't got a clue on what to do when I'm sitting and waiting and forming a plan. With taking my life in my hands, said that I am worth it. No matter what they say, I have purpose. When I'm following my dharma and I serve this. Well, this is what I'm aiming for. Everything I need and all that I am grateful for. And this is where we find out how to live. Make me the trees and I swear that I'll give everything I can to keep air in your lungs, truth on your tongue. The work is never done. Hey. Between the life that we lead and the one that we pray for, now give us balance on the path, said there's no need to ask for more. Between the love that we seek and the love that's already there, now let it soften my soul and focus my stare.
I almost lost hope, but I didn't. Had to learn things the hard way to cope with the mission. Sometimes it seems so far away, and the vision that I followed didn't play out how I saw it. But the message in the lesson manifested in the knowledge that my love is the palette, groovy and colorful. My love is in spirit, physical and tangible. This love is worthy, but it's gonna take some work. If you're willing and available, there's things that we could learn between what comes naturally and what you gotta work for. Beneath all of that lies the beauty that you live for. Believe in the treasures that we all seem to dig for. Deep ninja health Buddha, you were made to transform. So go on with your bad self, put your back into it. Go on with your higher self, sweat and blood, prove it. If you want it, you can have it. Pay your dues, witness magic. Wrap it up in a package, give it back to the masses.
The work is never done. Soon as the moon falls, here comes the sun. Still the work is never done. Soon as the moon falls, here comes the sun.
Between the life that we lead and the one that we pray for, now give us balance on the path, said there's no need to ask for more. Between the love that we seek and the love that's already there, now let it soften my soul and focus my stare.
Promised land is in the palm of our hands, not confined by the lines drawn in the sand, buried in flesh, hidden in bone. The kingdom of heaven is embedded in the soul. In order to return and become whole, we must be humble, surrender ego, let go of the future and the past, with the light that shines right through the mask. Illuminate the path, draw the mind back. Illuminate the path, gotta draw the mind back. Illuminate the path, draw the mind back. It's hidden in this moment, very right where you at. Heaven is here. When the mind is clear. When the mind is clear. Heaven is here. When the mind is clear. When the mind
microphone. There we go. Let's try that again. Good morning. There we go. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. How are we doing this morning? Good. It's a nice, wonderful, beautiful day to see all of your smiley faces, and thank you for coming, even though I know for some of you it's a high holy day of the Super Bowl. If you are here for the first time, welcome. We're not really that crazy, we promise. But we recognize that whoever you are and wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. There are some blue packets in the back. Feel free to grab one and let us know that you're here. Let us know if you have any questions. All of our community is wonderful and loving and happy to answer any questions that you have. If you are joining us online, welcome. Make sure you check in with a chat. Let us know where you're at. And, oh, that rhymed. And let us know where you're watching from. So please take a moment to make sure that your cell phone is silent. It is our spiritual practice to listen to the call from within. And let's start off by reading our vision statement, reminding ourselves who we are choosing to be as a spiritual community. So let's be loving, enthusiastic, and happy as we read our vision statements. CSLB is an inclusive and transformative community of spiritual practice. We are going to start with our opening song, and I invite you, while that song is playing, to get up and say good morning to your neighbors, say howdy to your neighbors, which reminds me, I have money to give away. So there was this little contest going on about who was going to bring the most visitors. So either somebody brought a visitor or I get a free lunch.
I brought my friend Ross.
We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Come up and claim your prize. Whoever you are, stranger. Did anybody else bring a visitor? Invisible friends don't count. I mean, they count for you, but no? Okay. Well, maybe next week we'll have some visitors and you can have a free lunch on us. So let's start with our opening song and say howdy to your neighbors and tell your neighbor one thing that you are grateful for this morning. For me? I'm grateful for you.
Oh, yeah. If it could be that we agree to live in harmony and set aside all that divides for the sake of humanity, would you say yes? Meet on common ground, plant a tree and spread the fruit of love all around. Would you say yes? Yes, yes, yes. Come on, everybody, sing with me. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
He changed it.
Like I believe we can make a better world. Listen to each other till every voice is heard. Singing yes, 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 yes. But let's say that we found a way to end all poverty, so all would live with dignity from sea to shining. Oh, would you say yes? Come on, everybody sing with me. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. Good morning. Well, I'm going to give a few announcements. There are some in your bulletin, but there are some more that I'm going to talk about. So the first thing here is Joel Goldsmith book study is back on, and it's at 4 o'clock at my house on Thursday afternoons. And it's just pick up the book and read from where we are. So you don't have to be coming for the last month or whatever. Just come, okay? It's a very good class. And the same thing with Good Grief, the support group that Reverend Michael has been doing since he got here. And that's here in the sanctuary on Thursdays from 1 to 2:30. And it's just a very comfortable time to talk about anything that you need, maybe to talk about or some directions on. And there's quite a few people that come in and out. So again, it's come as you want and enjoy. So just think about that. And then, we have a flower arrangements that we bring or auction off every week. And this week, the flowers, we have a couple of them, but one has been donated by Ty, and she brought the flowers in honor of her friend Carmen. So you have an opportunity to sign up and bring flowers on Sundays at any time. And every first and third Sunday, 9 to 9:30, Dr. Michael talks about how to speak Science of Mind. That's a little booklet that we have. And all we do is open up a page and we talk about what it says on that page. It's always enlightening and full, and it's only a half an hour before Sunday service. We have sign-ups for our fellowship food challenge, and what we do is, like, on Sundays, if someone will agree to bring the main meal, you'll be reimbursed $50 for that meal if you bring in the receipts. And the rest of us still bring our side dishes. So please think about that and sign your name up in the back of the foyer over there so that we know who's interested in doing the main plate. And then we have something new, exciting happening on the February 12th, and that's the self-love themed chair yoga. And that's presented by someone new. And so we're going to be having that from 5 to 8 on Wednesday, February 12th. And we also have a spaghetti dinner at the time. So it's our midweek service, and it is lots of fun. So please come and join us on that. And our special event is a spiritual tea party. We've had this for maybe 3 or 4 years now, and it's always fun. People always dress up and look good and feel good. But this time it's going to be a little bit different because we have an author, and her name is Darlene Fowler, and she will be discussing the book that she's written on spiritual teas. So it's going to be special this time. So you can still buy tickets. The tickets are $25, and the seats are limited. We have only 36 seats, so please get your name in if you want to join us. Our Beyond Limits class started last week, but there's still time to come to that class. It's a 10-week class, and it's a beginning class for us. I'm taking it again. It's like a refresher, but every time you take a class, you're in a different space, so you get more information and good things out of it. So please, if you want to come to that class, come to that class on, it's 3 o'clock. We changed it from 3 to 5. So please come Tuesday and see what it's all about. And on February 23rd, we're having our annual meeting, and we need everyone there, all our members there, because we vote. We vote not only on any changes that we have in the bylaws, but also we elect officers. And we need to have 2 more officers. And you can nominate yourself from the board or have somebody else nominate you also, okay? So we need you here on the 23rd for that meeting. We're going to have a new members luncheon, and that's going to be on March 8th. So there's a few new members that are going to be joining, and that new member luncheon is just an hour and a half, 2 hours, and what it is it's introducing to you to the Science of Mind principles and philosophy, but also to meet the board. So if you're interested in becoming a new member, make sure we know who you are and give the application to Marcia in the office so that we can get you invited to the new member luncheon and have everything prepared. All right, and a couple other things. The metaphysical movie this in March 12th, is going to be on Golden Pond, one I loved forever. And it's really kind of fun to get the metaphysical meaning to the movie. So that's a spaghetti dinner and a movie, and that's on March 12th. Okay, and it's not on your program, but we're having a workshop on listening, and that's put on by the Compassionate Care team. And Reverend Neil is going to be facilitating that, and that's on the 22nd, which is Saturday, and it'll be from 10 to 12. So I think everybody could probably have an view, what's the word? Uplifting talk. Well, that's not the word I was thinking about, but on listening, because it's so very important for all of us to do. Okay, and on March 1st, we're going to have a change. We're moving our meditation to 9:45. So it'll be 9:45 before service rather than at 9:35 now. But that won't be until March 1st. Okay, thank you.
There was a missed one, kind of important. Don't forget to join us for Cosmic Bingo. Hey, metaphysical, what says Cosmic Bingo on here? But yeah, it's Metaphysical Bingo after service on March 2nd, noon to 1. So that's a different one. Hello, my name is Adrian Madden. I am one of your licensed spiritual practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. The other practitioners I will be available after service for a moment of prayer on this side of the sanctuary. Please do not leave here this morning with anything in your heart. We would love to pray with you and absolutely know that prayer works. And please be aware after service, if you're talking with somebody, that if somebody is praying over here on the side, please try to move away from them. Just give them a little space. So let's all close our eyes and let this meditative song bring us to our center.
As time has unfolded me, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime. With every thought I make, every last breath I take, may I be gracious and kind. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me. Love, cover me. Kindness wash over me, make me a symphony, play every note you can find. Make me reverberate, gently deactivate, slowly flow out of my mind. Find me a melody, dance and let my anthem be. Love, cover me, light any darkness. Love, cover me, right every wrong. Cause me to see love over hatred. Guide me to be faithful and strong. Love, cover me.
Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love cover me. I will not be shaken. I will not be moved. Love cover me. May my heart awaken. Tenderness be proved. Love cover me. Love cover me. Love, 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 love. Love, I invite you to open up this heart of mine. Love, cover me. Light any darkness, love cover me, right every wrong, cause me to see, love over hatred, guide me to be faithful and strong, love cover me, love cover me, love cover me.
Before I pray, of course, I'm going to do my power talk. Couple of things from the Science of Mind. These are page 496 and 497. The first one is a pattern for thought. We are to think on those things which are of good report. That is, we are to think on those things which are of the truth. If we do this, we can accomplish because of our own inner mind, which is Christ. This mind is the creator of the heavens and the earth and all that dwell therein. And God will supply all our needs. This is a beautiful thought, that we are fed from the table of the universe, whose board is ever spread with blessedness and peace, whose loving kindness has never been fathomed, whose grace and truth are the cornerstones of reality. We are to be fed, clothed, and supplied in every need, straight from the center and source of all. More than this we could not ask. Greater could not be given. Lowell tells us that heaven alone is given away, and all is ours for the asking. Shall not this asking then include all righteousness and truth? And the second part of this, mind you, I just opened this book. It was perfect for today's talk. Constant prayer. Pray without ceasing. This means to be always on the affirmative side of life. To pray without ceasing is to doubt never, but to always trust in the law of good. This inner communion is essential to the soul and natural to the mind. It is a constant recognition of our relationship to that presence in which we live and move and have our being. In everything gives thanks. An attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. How we love to do for those who cooperate with and are grateful for our small endeavors. Gratitude is one of the chief graces of human existence and is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity. We are, and I've said this, we've all said this before, we are surrounded by law. Every thought is acted upon by God in the law. So constant prayer and gratitude is literally the shaping of the world around us. If we come on Sunday morning and we do our thing and we meditate and then we go about our daily affairs throwing out random thoughts of negativity, well, that's what we're going to get back out of life. The law is always working on us. So we have to cultivate a embodiment of gratitude and love in all that we do, for the law is always working. So let's close our eyes in prayer. Knowing and trusting God is everywhere, in all things, in all people, in all times. And I am here in that godliness. I am here in that absolute peace and love that is God. And as I know this for myself, I know this for each and every person here in this building and online. listening to these words, hearing the music, knowing and trusting that God will always be there to nudge us, to remind us, to be mindful that every word and thought is our prayer. I'm knowing and trusting that each and every person hearing these words will go about their business throughout the day, constantly reminded that they are creating the positivity or negativity that they experience in the world around them. I'm knowing and trusting that as we cultivate this love, as we cultivate this love, God is lifting us up and bringing us forward to spread it out into the world. I'm knowing all of this is true, and that each and every word that I speak is exactly as it needed to be spoken. I'm grateful for these truths, and together let us release these by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Adrian. So there was this fanatic fan who went to the Super Bowl, and he sat next to a woman, and next to her was an empty seat. And he said, "Wow, I can't believe, you have an empty seat and it's the Super Bowl." And she said, "It was my husband's, but he died." And the man said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm surprised one of your family members didn't, take the opportunity to sit in the seat and take over and come to the Super Bowl." And she said, "Beats me, they all insisted on going to his funeral." So happy Super Bowl Sunday. I read a news story this week that talked about the fact that the Super Bowl is one of the few remaining activities where people set aside all of their political and philosophical and cultural divisions and just enjoy the game. Of course, I know for some people it's more about the commercials, but that's okay too. So I think most of our hardcore fans probably stayed home today, but just in case, any Eagles fans? Got one, you win the $35. Got two? How about any Chiefs fans? Oh, we got a pretty good balance though. We got more Chiefs fans today. There's a spiritual metaphor somewhere in football about the fact that all these people come together. They are from the same league. They're all really one. And yet they all agree for however long the game lasts to pretend that they are on opposing sides. But they're really two sides of the same coin. The inside of the glass is the same as the outside of the glass. But for that short amount of time, they agree that they are going to be in competition. Maybe someday we can all learn to solve our problems like that on a world scale and a cultural scale. It's tradition in CSL communities, usually sometime near the beginning of the year, to kind of do a little back to the basics. So I thought this morning that we would talk about two words that we often hear that come up a lot in Ernest Holmes' writings. In fact, he actually has a book called Love and Law. But we start at the beginning. The beginning, which is there is only one. There's only one power, there's one principle, there's one infinite source of creative intelligence, and science and philosophy and religion all have different names for it. So you might hear us call it God, or spirit, or intelligence, or just love. So whatever name you're giving it this morning is perfectly fine. But we use different words to describe the different aspects of spirit. We use different words to describe how it works and how it shows up. We have different qualities of God that we use in prayer and meditation and contemplation. Abundance, balance, creativity, wisdom, peace, harmony. They're all different names that describe different aspects, different ways that this thing that we call love, that this thing we call God, shows up. So two of those words you might hear around here a lot. I think we kind of need a series of talks about some of the vocabulary and terminology that we use in this philosophy. So two of those are love and law. Love and law. So that's my title today, Love and Law. I want you to think about them for just a minute like they're two different teams on the Super Bowl. They're two aspects of one. They show up differently. We experience them differently. We might even be for one team or the other. But we need both teams for the game of life to work. They're two sides of the same coin. You might think of them as mind and heart, or spirit and soul, principle and power, or science and spirit. Did you know that before, you might not know this, but before we became science of mind, that's the name of our philosophy, it was actually called the science of mind and spirit. It was mind and spirit. And in our society, we seem like everything is conspiring to push us apart, to make everything an either or, to make everything you are for this or against that. But the truth is, as many things turn out to be, it is a both and. You can have mind and heart. It can be science and spirit. When my mom's a big football fan, and when she doesn't have a favorite team that's playing, what she'll do is she'll root for the quarterback of both teams. That way she has the same amount of fun. Only when she doesn't have a favorite. In the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes wrote, "But the great love of the universe must be one with the law of its own being, and we approach the love through law. This then is the teaching, love and law. As the love of spirit is perfect, so the law of spirit is also perfect. We must understand both." These are both different aspects, different ways that spirit shows up in our lives. So let's talk about our first team, the law. What is this thing that Ernest calls the law? Ernest called the law mind in action. It is simply a way of saying the law of cause and effect. Our consciousness is the cause, which is a small part of the consciousness of the mind of God. And when we set things in motion through our beliefs, through our prayers, through our actions, through our affirmations, it is the principle that causes the effect. It is the law. It is cause and effect. In quantum physics, everything exists as a possibility until we set in motion an intention. And as we focus our attention, then all these things they call waveforms collapse, the vibration slows down to match your intention, and the physical effect is created. But whether we're talking about spiritual psychology or quantum physics, the principle is the same. There is this thing that makes up the entire universe, that is the entire universe, that responds to us, and it acts, and it creates. It is the mind in action. That is the law. We can call it by other variations. The law of attraction, the law of balance, the law of karma. But these are all principles that allow the universe to operate in an orderly and impersonal way. And the good news is that the law is impersonal. It operates for everyone, all the time, in the same way. Ernest Holmes, in the beginning of the Science of Mind book, talks about the fact that red and blue always make purple. It is predictable. It is reproducible. Red and blue always make purple. That's the law. It doesn't care if the artist is rich or poor, Republican or Democrat, man or woman. And to me, there's something comforting about that. There's something in the universe that is predictable, that works the same no matter what. And the truth is that the universe will always, eventually, rebalance itself. It will always, eventually, create order out of chaos. That is the nature of the law. Life will always support more life. And that which doesn't support life will be eliminated. That is the law of evolution. Evolution might look messy in the moment, but it's always pushing life to that which creates more diversity, more complexity, and more intelligence. Eventually, over time, it looks messy in the moment, but evolution is always moving us towards more life. That is the law. Ernest was fond of pointing out that the mathematician isn't punished for getting the wrong answer on a problem. There's no punishment in that. It is simply a misapplication, a misuse of the law of mathematics. When life is giving us wrong answers, it is because we are using the laws of life in a way that is not in alignment with the answer that we want. And more often than not, life gets messy because we are sending mixed messages to the law. We tell the law we want purple, but we send it red and blue and green and yellow. And the law, being the law, always says yes. The law can't choose. That's what consciousness does. It has that choosing. It has that volition. It's what Ernest Holmes called it. And so we send it mixed messages, and the universe says yes. It reflects back to us everything that we put into it. We send it red, we send it blue, we send it yellow, we send it green, and we end up with brown. And we all know what the color brown represents. You see, the law, thank you, Adrian, the law is only receptive. It can only ever say yes. It is the soil of spirit. It grows whatever it is planted into it. If you plant pumpkins, you don't get roses. That's the law. It grows what you plant into it. So if we give it mixed messages, we get mixed results. And then we say, well, how come my life is so messy? How come I have so much brown in my life? It's because you're planting mixed things, mixed messages. You're giving the universe mixed messages. So that's Team Law. Their logo is, their jerseys have a scale on them, right? They're all about balance, cause, and effect, and order. The second team is love. The second team is love. Love is the power. Law is the principle. Love is the power. Love is the presence. You know, sometimes when people get into metaphysics, they hear us say things like the law and the law of attraction and that God is impersonal, and they miss that sense of personal connection with the universe. Maybe losing that sense of love or connection to a higher power or a personal savior. But the truth is that the universe is both infinite and personal. It is personalized for us, by us. It doesn't get much more personal than that. You are spirit, God, love, intelligence, showing up as you. It is right where you are, living your life. It doesn't get much more personal than that. Ernest Holmes defines love as the eternal givingness of life to itself, to express through creation. The eternal living of life, giving of life to itself, to express itself through creation. Love is about creating. Love is about giving. Love is about expressing and experiencing. Think about your love relationships, romantic or parental, or even your puppies. Love is something that gives of itself, but not in that martyr sacrificial way that creates guilt. That's not love. Love is simply giving for the sake and the love of giving. It is creating for the sake of creating, of making something new to add to the beauty of the world. Ernest Holmes goes on to define love as being free from condemnation and fear. Love is free of condemnation and fear. I don't know about you, but that kind of gets me when I'm feeling angry or frustrated, or I want to express my dissatisfaction with the world and how things should be in politics and culture. If I show up on Sunday mornings and I say, I want to be more loving, that means living without condemnation. That's the hard part, huh? Loving is free of condemnation and it's free of fear. Either fear that I fear or fear that I might give to somebody else. Love is free of condemnation and fear. That is Team Love. Of course, their logo is the heart, although I hear it, instead of being on the front, it's on their sleeve. That was a heart joke. Wearing your heart on your sleeve. Come on, guys. In his book, This Thing Called You, which is a really good place to start if you're new to our teaching. The book is called This Thing Called You. Ernest writes, "You are made perfect in the law when you enter into conscious communion with love. Love is the fulfillment of the law. That is, it is only through love that the law can fulfill itself in your experience, because love harmonizes everything and flows through everything." He goes on to say, "You can never make the most perfect use of the law in your life unless that use is motivated by love." It would seem to be a fundamental fact that love is the basic reality of life. He continues, "This would in turn give rise to a firm conviction that God is love. God, creative intelligence, depends on its creation for expression. God needs you." Doesn't get much more personal than that. God depends on you for its expression, the expression depending on God for its experience. Spirit or source could never stop creating or loving. Neither can the creation cease loving or expressing spirit without limiting its experience of the source of its existence. In the mind of humans, we find the only created thing which can consciously deprive itself of accepting Spirit's love. And when this is done, the results are disastrous. The only way that love isn't flowing in and through and as us is if we deprive ourselves of it. Yep, you know me, I was going deep on Sunday mornings. We need the law. We need the law. We need the law to bring order, balance, and create that sense of cause and effect. And we need love. Love is the ultimate cause of creation and of expression. Ernest always says that love points the way and the law makes it possible. Love points the way and the law makes it possible. And I think it's in our nature to root for one team or the other. Some of us root for team law. We literally want to lay down the law. or we are on the side of law and order. And we forget to be giving and free of condemnation and fear. Sometimes we lean in a little bit too much into team love, and we forget that we need to give the law direction. We forget that we can have an opinion and a choice. This shows up sometimes we say like, oh, whatever the universe wants, it's all good. Well, guess what? When you tell the law, I'll take whatever, guess what you get? Whatever. We tell the universe, whatever you want, it's all good. We forget that we need boundaries and direction, and that rails keep the train on the track. So we need both teams on the field. We need both teams to make the game of life work, to make life super. So this week, I invite you to pay attention to maybe which team you are rooting for. Which way do you tend to lean? And maybe get back to the middle way, back to the middle of the field. Maybe root for the quarterbacks of both teams, law and order, and love and law. Because the middle of the field, the middle of that morphogenic field, is where anything is possible. Be the quarterback for both teams. And let's have fun along the way. That is love and law, and so it is. And so now is that time of our spiritual gathering where we engage in our most powerful spiritual practice, which is affirmative prayer. That thing which Ernest Combs called treatment, spiritual mind treatment. And so I invite, if you are willing, to close your eyes, to relax your body, and simply go within. And remember and recognize with me that there is only one. Even though we might give it different names and articulate different experiences of it, there is only one. It is that one which we call God, Spirit, creative intelligence, love, balance, wisdom, joy, peace. It is that one, that oneness from which all things flow. That oneness that knows everything because it is everything. It knows everything on a personal level. It knows you on a personal level. It experiences life through you, through me, through each one of us, through every single person within the sound of my voice. It is the divine showing up, experiencing life. We are all, each one of us, one with the divine. We are one with that love. We are one with that peace. We are one with that wisdom. It is right where we are. The only difference is how much we allow in at any given moment. And so we take this moment to relax, to allow Spirit to flow in and through and as each one of us. And as we rest in that awareness of our divinity, I speak my word for each one of us and every single person within the sound of our voice, knowing that whatever it is that is on your heart this morning, wherever there seems to be a lack or a limitation, wherever there is a celebration or an expansion, God is there too. Wherever there seems to be a lack of harmony or wholeness, God is there. Wherever there seems to be discouragement, or confusion, I know that God is there too. And wherever there is love and joy and peace and harmony and a life well lived, I know that God is there too. So whatever each one of us is claiming this morning, I know that divine presence, that is the law, is listening. And in great love, it always says yes. And so I release this word into that law that always says yes, that reflects back to it and grows whatever it is planted into it. And in deep gratitude and a perfect knowing and a perfect accepting, I declare it to be so, and so it is.
I want to love myself without needing someone else to say it to me. I want to love myself without needing someone's help to show it to me. Hey, cause I can be mean in my mind, beat myself up all the time with awful thoughts, and I can't eat myself alive. I'm gonna try, it's gonna be an awkward talk, but I love you, I don't say it enough. I love who you are, who you've become. Don't know why I cannot hear it, unless it comes from someone else. But I'ma find a way to finally feel it when I say it to myself. When I say it to myself. To be someone who's not swayed by opinions, be me authentically without the apologies, and warm my heart to soul without being insecure, and point out what's wrong with me. Sometimes subconsciously, yeah, I can be mean in my mind, beat myself up all the time with awful thoughts, and I can't eat myself alive. I'm gonna try, it's gonna be an awkward talk, but I love you, I don't say it enough. I love who you are, who you've become. Don't know why I cannot hear it, unless it comes from someone else. But I'ma find a way to finally feel it when I say it to myself. When I say it to myself. I want to love myself without needing someone else to say it to me. I love you, I don't say it enough. I love who you are, who you've become. Don't know why I cannot hear it, unless it comes from someone else. But I'ma find a way to finally feel it when I say it to myself.
All right, that's our time in our service where we enjoy one of our other spiritual practices, which is intentional and loving giving. So as I ask our wonderful and beautiful ushers to come forward, I'd like to remind you that you can always text to give, just like texting your friends. You can text the word give to 951-420-6909. If you are online, please go to cslbeaumont.org. Make sure you click the donate button, and we will gladly receive your gift today. And so let's say our offering affirmation together with all of our joy and abundance. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed. And so it is.
Thank you, God, for everything. 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 Thank you, God, for
So as we take this opportunity to close out our community gathering, I'd like to remind you that, of course, we have some awesome food I hear back in the back. So that's our fellowship time. So you get to talk about whatever was on your heart this morning, and we get to gather as a spiritual community and check in with each other. So I invite you to join us back there. As we end our service, we like to circle up around the sanctuary and hold hands. But of course, if you don't want to, that is perfectly fine. There is no condemnation or fear in this building. So you're welcome to stay seated right where you are and join us as we sing our closing song. So I invite you to place your hand over your heart and repeat after me. I love you.
I love you.
Just practicing. There is this one power, one presence.
There is this one power, one presence.
It is love and law.
It is love and law.
It is who and what I am.
It is who and what I am.
I accept it. I live it. And I give it away. In every way I can. And so it is. Thank you for joining us this morning.
In my eyes, in my mind, in my heart.